What's up, everybody? This is us right here, back from another video. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this instead of the Amazing Spider-Man Let's Play, it's because um I'm not gonna have much time to do it. So next Monday and Tuesday you'll be getting the Let's Play again, but I'm gonna move the discussion to today. Because I need to get this off my chest. And trigger warning: some of you who are like substitute teachers, you might get triggered, but it's it's not that I hate like substitute teachers. Like, I think sometimes they're one of the nicest people ever. It's just that sometimes it's like sometimes I don't think they're good at their job, or it's also the way the process at which we choose our substitute teachers. So I want to talk about this because I had some bad experience with substitute teachers, and in my opinion, there's like only two substitute teachers that I actually liked, and they actually like did their job correctly. There won't be any names mentioned, but I just wanted to talk about this because I just need to get this off my chest because it makes me mad every time I think about it. But there is this one substitute teacher. I can't remember his name, but we're not gonna name any names. But anyways, he came in, and this was when I was in health class. Our regular teacher was sick, so we had to get a sub. And he comes in, and he flats out asks us, even though he's got papers in front of him that's supposed to tell him what we're supposed to be doing, he flat out asks us, like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, well, we don't get told ahead of time what we do. And I guess he assumes that we are still, like, I guess, because, like, a lot of the classes, like, later on that I've went to, we did do, one thing for, like, a week. But, like, this wasn't one of them. It was, like, it was, you had one day until you came back to school to finish it and turn it in. And so, like, we're like, oh, we don't know. So, like, we're just sitting there, and he has his phone on his lap. And because he has a case that doesn't, it's not very good with shock absorbent, meaning, like, if it takes a fall, it's going to hurt it, which it did. And he drops it on the floor, which, why would you ever put your phone on your lap? Like, why? That's just stupid. And then he kept asking people if he knew people that could fix it, because, like, he really broke his phone because there was, like, a line. There was, like, a line, like, a green line, and it was broken. So, like, he kept for, like, almost the entire hour that we were there, he kept asking, and so he eventually had to get someone to help him. And, like, we couldn't figure out what we were supposed to do. So, like, finally, sadly, we had to call our teacher. Let's just call him Mr. B, because that's what he had me call him. Because he was also, I was in special ed, so, like, he was also my PE teacher. We called him Mr. B. He doesn't work there anymore because he moved up north with his, like, wife. So, like, he has a PE teaching job up north somewhere. But... and he's, like, one of my favorite teachers. I really like him a lot. He was sick, and they had to call him and ask him what we're supposed to be doing. And the thing is that all we had to do was we had to open up a book, go to the locale boards, which aren't hard to miss because, you know, they're marked with a star or whatever. So like is that really all we had to do? So, like, we did our thing, and the bell rang, and I was kind of pissed because I didn't finish it in time. And if we had that right then and there, I knew I could have had that done way before that class ended, because it was that easy and simple. But no. So, like, I had to do the rest of it in free time because, like, in special ed, we have this thing called free time where we just get to screw around, mess around and stuff. And I had to do that and finish it. And it really pissed me off. Because, like, I don't know if I'm asking for too much, but whenever I like, you know, like how they always say, like, oh, like, I don't waste your time, so you don't waste mine. Like, 'cause, you know, like if you're talking a lot or you're swimming, I like to think that I'm a really good student and that I am respectful of your time, so you gotta be respectful of my time. And I felt like my time wasn't being respected because you had these type of people that didn't know what we were supposed to be doing, and so. And this next story, no offense to her, but she would probably be better off just substitute teaching for like special ed because she doesn't know how to work electron. And I think you should like have you should at least for the job, like depending on what class you're in, if you use a lot of computers or whatever, you should at least know how to use electronics. You should know how to do PowerPoints and stuff like that, because later on in my modern history class or it actually turned into current events, I guess. But you know what I mean. We had to do PowerPoints, and I didn't know how to do PowerPoints, and that wasn't even what we were supposed to be doing. Eventually I had to do it, and I got really good at it. But what we were supposed to be doing was we were supposed to be going on the computer, find a like something about a country that we want to write up, and she let us copy like word for word, like, which was cool of her, like, and she's also one of my favorite teachers, but she let us copy word for word. So like but instead, we thought we had to do PowerPoints. Okay, so, and I didn't know how to do it. So, like, me and one of my friends, we didn't get any work done. We just didn't. Because I didn't know how to do it, and I was struggling to try to do it. And my friend, he didn't want to do it because he didn't think that was right, that we were supposed to be doing. So he waited, and then we come back and we learned that that's what we're supposed to do. So, like, you see, like, I had a lot of substitute teachers like that just didn't know what they're doing. And there was this one guy that, like, was nice. He talked a lot, and he almost talked through the whole entire thing. We didn't really do nothing. But, I used to like that, but then I realized that, after a while that we still had to do it the next day, so I'd rather have most of it done today and finish the rest of it like when I got home or whatever. But like why? So like that's my story on substitute teachers and the fact that I had bad experience with. Now, I'm not just going to complain about it. I'm also going to offer a solution, and I would like you to offer your solution in the comments below. Okay, so here, and let me know, like, if you think this could even be possible, but I think how we should do it is you pick a person to be your substitute teacher. That person is going to be a assistant for the main teacher, okay? And she gets paid however much money an assistant would get paid. And the main teacher makes sure that the assistant sees all her plans out and like shows her like how we do things and all that stuff. And so that way, whenever the main teacher does get sick, the substitute knows what we need to be doing, and it's a lot smoother transition and experience. And also, the teacher will get paid the same amount that a regular teacher gets paid. or that a teacher gets paid, and however long that she substitute for that teacher, she'll get paid that amount of money, so that way it's fair, because you got to be paid for the job that you do. And I don't know, like, how much money that would cost to do, or like, or how much, so like, if you're like a math teacher or anything, like, could that even be possible? Like, would that cost too much money to be able to do? And I mean that for like every classroom. Like, every classroom has a person that they picked out to be like an assistant, and then they become the main teacher when the person is sick, and then they step down as soon as the person comes back. So like, let me know if that's possible. And another thing that I want to discuss is I want to talk about Bungie. I'm so happy Bungie and Activision finally split. I wish Disney and EA would split ways, because EA is not doing a good job of Star Wars, and the games, they keep getting canceled. If there was another developer, we would have 3 or 4 or 5 Star Wars games by now, but we have only 2 crappy games to show for. But anyways, we're not talking about EA or Disney. We're talking about Activision, Bungie finally split. In fact, they were so happy. Like, you could probably tell that Activision is the one that made Destiny 2 the mess that it was, because they wanted money. So that because I heard, like, people heard that Bungie employees were popping bottles when they heard the news, so they're happy. So now that Bungie is no longer in control, or Activision is no longer in control of, and they even took Destiny with them. So now that Activision is no longer in control, do you think Destiny could be the game that Bungie wanted it to be? Would you want me? Because like, I'm tempted now to buy the game so that I get the first 2 expansion packs, and then I'm going to buy the Forsaken expansion pack, because I only need to buy 1. Would you want me to live stream Crucible and Osiris? I think that's the 2 expansions that I think that's what they're called. Would you want me and Forsaken? Would you want me to live stream all of those expansions? Because I'm thinking about like coming back to it, because I'm happy. Like, I see a future in which Destiny could be good, now that Activision doesn't have their crummy hands all over it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked what you saw, please make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.